Countless horrors are said to stalk the underhells of Hive Secundus, though few are as terrifying as the Malstrain Alpha. A twisted manifestation of the Malstrain Patriarch, it is believed the Alpha is the direct offspring of the ancient Gene Stealer, and represents the purest form of the Malstrain as engineered by the tech priest Biologus Hermiatus. Rumours of its existence have persisted since the first explorers braved the underhells, and there are numerous accounts of the creature suddenly appearing in the midst of a hunting party before tearing them to ragged bloody meat. In addition to its astounding strength and speed, the Malstrain Alpha can contort its body into all manner of small spaces, of which there are a multitude in the underhells. Thus it might appear from places hunters least expect it, unfolding from narrow pipes, or pulling itself out of thin cracks between bulkheads. If this were not enough to count it among the most dangerous denizens in the underhells, the creature brings with it its madness of the Malstrain Patriarch. It is said that to look into the Alpha's eyes is to glimpse the naked power of the Secundus broodmind, and be driven insane by the experience. The raw power and alien terror the Malstrain Alpha inspires in all who even glimpse its mutated form makes it a much sought-after trophy by the spire hunters. It matters little that scores of spirers have met their end under its razor-sharp claws or needle-like fangs, as each new cadre of hunters believe they will be the ones to bring down the mighty beast. Next to the elusive Malstrain Patriarch itself, the Alpha is the most frequent target of many spire hunting parties, though few who seek out the creature return, and those that do inevitably bear the scars of their encounter. Hello there, and welcome back to Welllywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and I didn't think I'd be back this soon with another one in this series. As you'll know, if you've seen any of my other videos, I did a very long Dramatis Personae hired gun series. I also did another very long agent series, and I thought I was pretty much done with it up to that point. But then Games Workshop went and dropped this, which is the Book of Desolation. Probably the best book so far. You know, you might not agree with me, but do comment down below if you think otherwise. But I think it's a pretty damn good book. Of course, this coincides with all of the new Hive Secundus tasty stuff that we've got. Now, naturally, every time there is a new book for Necromunda, they release new Dramatis Personae and whatnot. Of the ones that we have in the book here, I thought I'd start with the ones that we have miniatures for. And of course, the place where I really want to start is the Malstrain Alpha. Before I get into this video though, please do like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon as well to support me doing more of these types of videos. Right then, so the Malstrain Alpha is an absolute beast. The largest and most scariest of all the Gene Stealers in the Malstrain corrupted forces, I suppose. The Malstrain Alpha, a little bit of lore there that you got, pretty interesting and just really flipping cool in the model. Let's have a look at the model now, actually. Forge World are going to be releasing this soon, I'm sure. By the time I put out this video, they've probably got a release date for it. I'd like to get my hands on it, I have to say. All four of them. But how good is this model, though? It really is fantastic. I have to say, I love the aesthetic of the new Malstrain Gene Stealers. There's a real deep sea sort of creature vibe going on with them. They're beautiful to paint. They're much nicer when you hold them up close than when you look at them in a photo. Like a lot of Games Workshop miniatures, I just find that the paint jobs on the website or some of the photographs perhaps just don't do them justice. These guys are fantastic to look at. Not least the Malstrain Alpha. I'm sure when I get my hands on this, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So the way that you would petition a Malstrain Alpha if you are quite early on in a campaign and you need a little bit of help, that's how kind of agents work. So the lower your rep, the more likely you are to get them, and also for a cheaper price. So what you do is you roll a d6 and add your rep on the following table below. We have a 1 to 8. The Malstrain Alpha heeds the gang's plea for aid, and you can hire him for 100 credits, which is definitely good value. On a 9 to 15, it is 200 credits, and on a 16 plus, the Alpha feels the gang is capable of fighting its own battles and doesn't want to help you at all. So the more help you need, the lower your rep, generally, the worse your gang is. So this guy's going to want to help out a bit more often. Note that a Malstrain or Malstrain corrupted gang may make a petition to hire a Malstrain Alpha, or it may roll on the House Favors table. It may not do both. So there is a distinction between the two things there. It's either House Favors or petitioning for this agent. So for the stats now, let's look at how those work. We've got a movement of 6, which is the same as your ordinary Malstrain Gene Stealer. We've got a weapon skill of 2+, which is fantastic. A ballistic skill of 6+. A strength of 5, toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 3+, and attacks 4. So definitely one up on the weapon skill and I believe attacks on the Malstrain Genestealer. The mental stats here are leadership 6+, cool 4+, willpower 5+, and intelligence 10+. Very, very scary indeed. The weapons that we have here are exactly identical to the Malstrain Genestealer Ordinaire. Is that a word? Probably should be. We have Rending Claws, and of course we have the Venomous Bite there as well, and they are exactly the same stats as normal. But yeah, with Strength 5, that takes it to Strength 6 with the Rending Claws. Wounding, Toughness 3 targets on 2s. Very, very horrible, especially at damage 2 and -2 AP. And then you've got the Toxin Teeth as well. In terms of equipment and war gear and skills here, we've got the same 4 baked-in skills here with Infiltrate, Evade, Dodge, and Nerves of Steel there. In fact, it's not the same, is it? Because Infiltrate's new. We've got Infiltrate instead of Combat Master, was it? Or what was Rain of Blows? That's what we have on an ordinary Genestealer. So, yeah, my mistake there. We've got Infiltrate instead, which I think is quite a bit better. Just wait till I get to these special rules, though. In terms of war gear, we've got a Bio Booster and Mesh Armor, which, again, is exactly the same as your ordinary Malstrain Genestealer. So we've got 4 special rules here, and I'm going to start with the least fantastic and finish up with the most ridiculous. And the first one is that this guy is obviously an outlaw. It doesn't really need to be said. The Malstrain Alpha is, of course, an outlaw and can only be hired in Malstrain and Malstrain Corrupted Outlaw gangs. There you go. The next one is prize trophy. So if a Spire Hunter takes the Malstrain Alpha out of action, they add 2 to their kill count instead of 1. That would make sense, seeing as this is quite a big scalp to collect. The next one is Madness of the Malstrain. Any enemy fighter who wishes to perform the charge double action targeting the Malstrain Alpha must first make a willpower test. If the test is passed, they may perform the action as normal. If the test is failed, though, they remain where they are. However, they also end their activation and gain the Insane condition. So, you thought it was as bad as a Corpse Grinder mask. It's far worse. You don't just stand there, you actually gain the Insanity condition, which is really horrific and hard to get out of. You know, on a 1 in 3, your opponent's controlling you. It's just really nasty. Insanity can really, really mess up your day. Now, you know, the fighters that have got low willpower tend to be pretty good in close combat, like Ogryns and Goliaths and stuff have got pretty low willpower. So this guy, you're not going to want to charge him. It's just not worth it. So really, the way that you put down the Malstrain Alpha is with a well-aimed las cannon shot. The next one we have, and the last one here, is Ambush Predator, and this is just it's just the icing on the cake, really. So the Malstrain Alpha may perform the Fade double action. So this is a double action to do it during their activation. The Fade double action does the following. Remove the Malstrain Alpha from the battlefield. Yeah? At the start of the next round, before rolling for priority, the Malstrain Alpha is deployed on the battlefield as if using the Infiltrate skill. So you can just take him off. Of course, it's a double to do it, so you forego your turn to do that, so it's worth remembering that. If it's a short game with not many turns, you know, you don't want to just get trigger happy on this, but you could make someone's whole gang chase you and then disappear and reappear behind their lines. There's a lot of shenanigans you can do with that. Combine it with Madness of the Malstrain and just the monster profile that this guy's got. Wounding on 2s with a whole shit ton of attacks and just nasty, nasty stuff. That really is the Malstrain Alpha. It's not that complex. It's basically a far better version of something that's already really scary, and that is a Malstrain Genestealer. The Malstrain Alpha is just the alien queen to the alien, pretty much. It is just very, very scary, but quite similar. So if you've run Malstrain gangs by this point and you want to hire one of these guys, there isn't much new to learn or remember. It's really just those new skills, the Ambush, Predator, and Madness of the Malstrain, that really do set him apart, other than, of course, a couple of key stats which are better: attacks and weapon skill and strength being the main 3, I think, there. Anyway, that's it for the Malstrain Alpha. Not really a huge amount more to talk about. The model is fantastic. Of course, it is a Forge World model, so it's expensive for most people, but I'm looking forward to getting my grubby little mitts on it so that I can paint it up in my creme caramel style Malstrain Genestealer vibes. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back with another one of the house agents from this book real soon. Stay tuned. Peace out.